Hey guys, Joe from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, July 12th, 2013. Today we're going to talk about the eBay global shipping program and the ongoing Pitney controversy. I realize many of you may not know about what's going on, but by the time this video is over, you will know exactly what's going on. I've had quite a few of you good people mention this to me, and it needs to be talked about. But first, before we get into that, let's do a recap of last week's video and a few updates and notes and get you guys up to date. Okay, first thing. Thank you for all the positive comments on the last week's PayPal here video. A lot of you guys found it helpful, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. Whether or not you choose to accept it is your business. I just like to present the information to help you decide. As it happens, I had to call PayPal just today, and I want to talk about some fallacies that I find are prevalent in eBay. As you know, I support everybody. I support all honest sellers who sell on eBay, okay? But occasionally there'll be a glitch and something that's not just right, and I like to bring that up and talk about it. And here's something that's been bothering me. You know when you sell an item and you get an email from eBay saying your item's sold, and you get an email from PayPal with a PayPal verified address? Well, occasionally I've been getting verified addresses that are P.O. boxes, and I think that's just plain wrong. Alright? I don't see how anyone could use a P.O. box as their verified address. If it was up to me, PayPal would not allow that. Everybody would have to have a hard address. But what I want to bring up is, a person paid me for some items with a P.O. box, and I knew right away it was going to be trouble, because I don't like using the post office. I mean that. They're great for when I'm selling the sports cards. I have no problem at all. I have shipped hundreds, and not even hundreds, probably 500 at least, and maybe one or two have come back insufficient address or something like that. And I had one of them the other day too. But that's to be expected. I want to talk about big boxes. Alright, the post office is not good enough, in my opinion, to handle boxes of commercial merchandise. They're not that good, they're not dependable, and they're not careful. When UPS makes a screw up, and they don't often, they do the work. They track it for you. All I do is pick up the phone, say, here's what happened. They handle everything. You don't get that kind of service with the post office. I don't want to use them for packages, which is what I'm leading up to. So this particular person said they didn't get their package. Did they get it, or are they scamming me? I don't know. But because the post office is involved, I kind of think that they didn't get it. So I had to do a tracking on it, and you know the post office is not that helpful. Actually, they're not helpful at all. In the meantime, the person wants their money back. So I found another quirk. I gave the person a refund, no questions asked, and they contact me 2 days later and say, oh, by the way, how can you prove to me you gave me a refund? I don't have a PayPal account. So basically what they did was they paid as a PayPal guest, like I used to do years ago. So I had to call up PayPal and find out exactly what the deal was in this situation. And I got to tell you, I was very happy that I spoke to a nice lady in Nebraska, and she was very, very helpful. I'm not ashamed to say it. And I said to her, I would give you a shout out. And I will. It was Linda, and she was working out of their Nebraska office. And I said to her, I'm really glad that my call was routed to someone in the United States. I don't think eBay or PayPal should outsource jobs to India or the Philippines. I'm dead set against that. I want the work kept right here. And PayPal is doing just that. I've called PayPal several times. I have never been routed out of the United States. So I'd like to know, you guys who've called PayPal lately, where have you been routed? USA or outside of the USA? I would also like to talk about as you know, all of you guys are welcome to comment. I mean, I had a few people comment last week about the PayPal here. One guy said I was a shill for PayPal, and I expect those comments. And you know, I feel everyone's entitled to their opinion unless they're a hater. But my point is, guys, always keep something in mind. If you comment on the video, whether it's positive, negative, whatever, there is a chance that the stalker will come after you. And if you want to know who the stalker is, look at the description box below. You can learn everything you need to know. Alright? That description box stays until he's incarcerated. Alright? Enough said about that. Let's now talk about the meat of the video. The global shipping program and the Pitney Bowes controversy. Guys, you may remember a few months ago, I think in February or March, I did a global shipping program video. A real quick rehash how it works for those of you who don't know. If you opt into the global shipping program, people from outside of the USA can bid on your items. If they win the item, you would ship the item to a USA location, most likely in Kentucky. You would be responsible to ship it there and to make sure it gets there in good condition. Then a third-party contractor, which happens to be Pitney Bowes, would take over and ship it from there to the country of your buyer. eBay claims that if the item is damaged from the global shipping company to your buyer, and it's their fault, that you will be covered. But the truth is, there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Here's the deal. I have learned from several people that you are not covered from negative feedback. If you opt into the global shipping program and ship to the third-party contractor, which is Pitney Bowes, and they in turn ship to your buyer, and the item is damaged by them, and the person negs you, eBay will not remove it. Alright, that's problem one. That's not even the main problem. Here's problem two. Most of you people are like me, and you ship your stuff very carefully with plenty of packing materials, popcorn. Let me just show you this box here I have. I yanked this out with me. This is something somebody sent me the other day, but see the popcorn and the packing materials in there? That's good sense. That's to keep the product from getting broken. So using that box as an example, let's say I sell an item and the person lives in, let's say, Russia. Let's say I opt into the global shipping program. I ship this box, like you saw it, to Kentucky. Alright? Now, what you think they're going to do, this is what everybody thinks. They think that the company will tack on a label with a Russian address, proper customs forms, and just forward it. Wrong, guys. That's not what happens. Pitney Bowes opens the boxes. All your hard work was wasted. They open the boxes, they take out all your packing materials. Why do they do this? They do it, number one, to make the box lighter, so it's cheaper for them to ship, and number two, to make the box smaller. In many cases, they transfer your item to a smaller box. Now keep in mind, when you list an item on eBay with the global shipping program, there is a set fee that your buyer has to pay for shipping that's governed by eBay. So for argument's sake, let's just say this box here, all right? Let's say the weight of it was X pounds. Let's just say 20 pounds. And let's say the shipping fee was going to be $80, the international shipping fee. Now what Pitney Bowes is allegedly doing is they are lightening the boxes and they're compacting them so it's cheaper for them. They're still getting the $80 shipping fee, but it's only going to cost them $30 or $40. Now, I am not accusing them of this. I'm saying these are allegations that have been made by many people. All right, I can substantiate the allegations. I'm not saying it happened to me. It did not happen to me. Why? Because Crazy New York Driver doesn't ship overseas. Coffee break. Nothing like a nice hot cup of coffee on a humid afternoon or humid morning. But anyway, that's the situation with the global shipping program. Now, I know a lot of you guys sell internationally, and if it's working for you, well then I say stick with it. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just trying to present the information to you. I really think eBay needs to tighten the reins, because eBay is the one that subcontracted the global shipping program out to Pitney Bowes. And I think that they should have some requirements and some standards set up. For instance, if I ship this box I just showed you out, Pitney Bowes or any third-party provider, in my opinion, has no right to open that box. All right? It's the job of the seller, which is me, to pack that thing neatly. And I do. If it gets broken, that's my problem. All right? I'm very careful the way I pack. All right? I have never had a negative feedback for packing in my life. It is the seller's responsibility. So Pitney Bowes should just be taking control of the box, slapping on a sticker with the correct customs forms, and routing it on its way. That would be the ideal way it works. That's not the way it's working. So the guys, that's what we want to talk about. Please tell me any experiences you have had with the global shipping program, whether it was positive or negative. Now, if you've had nothing but good luck, that's fine. Comment what you want. I'm not going to break chops. I don't do that. It's an open forum here. If you've had negative experiences, those are important. I want to know. I want to know what happened. I want to know how it happened. This situation is lending itself to problems. Think how easy it is for you to get a negative feedback, and it will not get removed. All right? Now, eBay says they cover you if the item gets damaged from Kentucky to, let's say, Russia. I have heard, and I'm only saying right now, this is something I've heard. I have heard that claims have been denied. Again, I cannot substantiate that part because, again, I do not ship overseas and I'm not going to. Would I like to ship overseas? Yes. I used to ship overseas during the early days of eBay. All right? It was very, very tedious. You know, having to fill out the customs forms, getting the shipping quotes, going to the post office. It was a pain in the neck and it was really expensive. My best country for shipping was Australia. That was the country that I did the best with. It was also the most expensive. Okay? So, excuse me. You gotta love these text messages when they come in. Gotta answer that one right away. Anyway, guys, I don't want to keep you too long. I want your opinion on the global shipping program. Your experiences, if any, and even if you don't ship internationally, given what I've just told you, what are your opinions? I'd like to know. Thanks for watching. I'm Crazy New York Driver. You're not. I will see you guys next Friday. And also keep in mind, I keep forgetting to bring this up. I have a second backup channel, which is Crazy New York Driver NYC, where I'm going to be putting some more cutting edge videos, where I'm going to push the envelope a little further, if you know what I mean. And I already have several great topics I want to film. I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm so busy. I'm going to start. I'm going to get that channel rocking and rolling too. And we're going to have some cutting edge videos. We're going to say some things we might not say on this channel. Thanks for watching. Rock on, guys. See you next week. And that's a wrap.